For many New Yorkers, snacking on pizza is simple. Pick it up, fold it, eat it. There are others, though, apparently, who would rather use a knife and fork, including the city's newly inaugurated mayor. He turned heads after being filmed eating a slice with utensils instead of his hands. Now, that fork has been made famous and is up for auction, with proceeds going to charity. Bill de Blasio himself defended his actions in what some have dubbed Pizzagate.
In my ancestral homeland, it is more typical to eat with a fork and knife. And so I have been in Italy a lot, and I picked up the habit for certain types of pizza. So when you have a pizza like this, had a lot on it, you know, I often start with a knife and fork, but then I cross over to the American approach and pick it up when I go farther into the pizza. It's a very complicated approach, but I like it.
That really was the mayor of New York City really speaking about eating pizza at Goodfellas. Well, we're joined now by the co-owner of Goodfellas, Andrew Scudera. Thanks so much for being with us. Why is this a big deal?
Only in New York City could something like this happen. I mean, New Yorkers, Staten Islanders in general, take their pizza very, very seriously. And quite frankly, it's the item of the city. I mean, you have to eat it with your hands. And in all fairness to him, we have a fair amount of people in our restaurant that do use a fork and knife, and others just pick it up with their hands, but it got a tremendous amount of attention.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to gauge how big an outrage this is. I mean, is this like a man who doesn't do up his zipper? Is it like a woman with smeared lipstick? Is it like a soldier who doesn't know how to salute?
Yeah, pretty much. That's how it's being treated in the restaurant. It's on the lips of everyone that's sitting down in the restaurant. They're talking about it morning, noon, and night. They're talking about it with neighboring tables that they don't even know. I mean, it's like a tremendous topic.
Now, there's also maybe a political aspect to this. I hate to get serious, but this is a mayor who says he speaks for the common man, the oppressed majority. Does eating pizza like a fancy rich guy unmask him?
Yeah, definitely unmask him. Listen, he's from Boston, too. You got to give him that. You can't expect a guy from Boston to know how to eat pizza, but maybe I think he learned his lesson after this one.
Now, are you really going to auction off the fork? Because that's what they're saying.
Yeah, we're going to auction off the fork, 100%. We have a great foundation that we've been working with on Staten Island to help rebuild Sandy victims and their homes that they lost, and they're still doing a tremendous amount of work out there. You know, a lot of people lost a lot of their homes and belongings, and they're not even up and running yet. So we teamed up with Tunnel to Towers, the Stephen Siller Foundation. We're working very closely with them to get a great auction price for this fork. I mean, look at the Cronuts, right? $14,000 they got to raise money for charity. I think we could do pretty good with a fork.
And how about the people in your restaurant? How are they doing? This has been stories, been in the news in New York for days. There must be terrible pressure on everybody who walks into Goodfellas to leave the cutlery on the table.
Yeah, there are still some people that have enough gall in them to pick up the knife and fork, but a lot less people are doing it these days.
And what do you think about the mayor? I mean, overall, a bad move. He seems to be handling it with good grace and humor, but has he been damaged beyond repair by this?
No, no. Listen, it's all in good fun. It created a tremendous amount of talk, and you know, it's going to get some attention on this fork, and I just hope that we could raise a nice amount of money to do some good for our community and give back to Staten Island.